Hi everyone and welcome to another episode of Bread Back Podcast. I'm your girl Remi Ray.
And it's me, the one and only White Yardie.
Yes, baby. I'm here again with something else. Else.
yeah. Definitely an interesting
Bringing
one.
out the big guns.
I'll leave you to I will leave you to introduce today's guest as your friend. So
This podcast seems to be a Remi
See the
friend
disclaimer?
cesspool, isn't it? All Remi's
It's your
friends.
friend.
My brethren.
Let's
So
make it-
if she says anything bad, it's on me.
it's Remi's friend.
Bread Back Podcast. This is all Harry.
What? Oh, you see how them something there already?
Well, let me introduce my friend. So don't ask my friend nothing. Okay. We have Sherryl Blue in the building.
Hey.
Yes, podcast extraordinaire,
Oh, Lord.
sex educator.
Leave it.
Yes.
Well, you
Pick
know.
up yourself.
I got hair in my eye.
Oh, have
right
you?
now. Mm-hmm.
Told you to wear that share wig.
I wasn't doing that Pocahontas. Come on now. Oh, God.
we know what you're hiding, girl.
Leave it. What we hiding? In fact, stop.
Take two. No joking.
Leave it in. She's a cow.
So talk to us, Sherryl Blue. Who are you?
Oh, God.
Blue movie? Is that
Blue
what the blue?
movie?
What does the blue?
Yeah, what
stand
the blue
for?
stand for? Sherryl
Blue
Blue.
movie. We're going to scoot on past the whole blue bit, okay?
Blue.
Okay, so who am I?
Sherryl Blue.
Yes.
Sound like a porn star.
Every week,
Cheryl.
Every
okay?
week he's giving
It's
people
not
porn
porn.
No, but
stars.
let's think about
Get
it.
your head out of the gutter.
We had Jenny Steele.
Yes.
Then we had
Breeze.
Breeze. Now we have
Cheryl Blue.
Sherryl Blue. Like,
So
who
you think that sounds
next?
porno-ish?
I don't think so, but I
don't
know
think
you saw
so.
that's not gonna.
Oh, there's nothing porno
Something is
about it.
wrong with the tea, Harry.
Okay.
I know. What's in your cup?
Get your head
What's
out
in
the
my
gutter.
cup stays in my cup.
Oh.
Yeah, I bet.
Okay, so who are you? What do you do?
Well, in my past life, I was like, I did some presenting, some radio presenting, and events and stuff like that. In my current life, I am a creative sex educator. So my whole thing is sex and wellness, that kind of stuff. I'm studying psychology with the aim to be a psychosexual therapist, so to talk and help people with their sexual issues and stuff like that. So I also podcast as well.
Yep.
I do online bits and pieces. I write erotica.
Yes, you do.
I record erotica.
Wait a minute. What's wrong with your face? WhiteYardie.com.
Sherryl Blue.
Something wrong?
Right, erotica. Okay.
Oh,
Yes, but the name came before the erotica.
Okay, cool.
And anyway, you okay
Carry
over
on,
there?
carry
He
on.
looks like he's blushing.
I'm just listening.
No.
Carry on.
He's cool. He's
Yeah,
cool.
carry on. You're right.
Still saying he's cool like I know,
Yeah.
He
Yeah,
looks
I'm
red.
good, I'm
For a
good.
white man, you look red.
No, man, the light and the cup will reflect for me.
The reflection.
Yeah. Go on, and you write erotica.
Yeah, so I
Yes.
write erotica and I record erotica.
You have workshops.
I've
Events?
I've done a few.
I've been.
Hold on.
events.
What?
No. Nothing like
Hey,
it's going down.
we ain't even started. This is
Carry
just the
down
intro.
real quick.
You
This
said
is
that you were
just
interested in
the-
bringing a sex educator
This
down.
is
And
just
now you're hot under the collar.
intro. Like, I'm not hot. I'm just like, what? I heard things you have said so far, and it's like, I don't want to skip past all of them, but you record erotica as well?
Yeah, so audio porn is like a thing. Like
Weird.
I think, you know what, can we just, before we go into the nitty gritty, can we just talk a little bit about the business
Okay.
of sex? Because I think that a lot of the time, what's
people
wrong?
just get exactly. People do this. They're like, oh my gosh, why is
He's
that
even shifted in his location of where he's supposed to sit. What is wrong?
Come back, Harry.
No,
come back.
I'm coming back to
Compose
that.
yourself.
Carry on. I'm coming back to
So the
that.
business of sex, like, I don't think a lot of people understand that there's
Oh,
a
appreciate
whole,
it.
apart from the porn industry, which,
Yeah.
Hugh Hefner and all of that have made really popular, there's a whole
It's
world
massive.
out there.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah, so can we talk a little bit about that? I don't think that's been discussed that much, I wouldn't say.
Okay, so I mean, like you said, obviously you've got like the porn side of it. Then you've got, which is something that I'm
Stop,
not involved
look at
in. Let me
it.
just say, Then
She
you've got-
isn't out here flinging it up.
No,
No,
hell no.
But
But
Yeah,
obviously,
very.
I mean, like sex, we all know sex sells, right?
Yes.
So whether that's sex, I mean, sex podcasts are huge. People doing the whole sex bit online. There's a lot of people that are kind of in that arena talking about sex and promoting this kind of sexual freeness.
Yes.
So it is like,
There's
it's where it's
multiple
at.
movements inside of that, yeah.
Right. But from a business side of things, I mean, in terms of like the audio, I can speak from that. There's a lot of money to be made.
But
in
what I'm trying to
terms of-
say is like,
because because it's actually a business. So you're literally...
So you
Go on. I can't.
I have to ask,
Go here.
because I know there's people who be watching this,
just ask.
thinking the same things. Don't ask a question like, "Yo, what you mean by you record erotica?" So audio. So you tell me, say.
You need some Vaseline. Something wrong with him. He can't get his
Somebody, I download or buy audio and go into the gym to work.
Some people, listen, there are different types. This world is crazy. Well, I shouldn't even say crazy. This world has so many different types of people that enjoy so many different types of things sexually. And audio, a lot of people like the oral sensation.
Can you just like give me a little...
I can't give you a sample.
Not sample like that.
For
not
it.
a sample. I'm just saying like in terms of the story part. All right. So you're telling the story. Oh, so he walks into the room. Whatever. You're describing what is happening.
So yeah, I like to write from first person.
Do you record by yourself?
Yeah.
So who does the man part?
No, it's not like that.
Oh,
I mean, you can have. Let me just say, you can have audio porn where you've got like it's an acted scene.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that is something that I do as well. So you get directed. So you get directed and told what to do. That just sounds so wrong. But
so like you say, you record your man have sex.
Sexual activity. Huh?
No, you say you record your man have sex.
No. So it's like a story.
So like some peeping Tom thing.
No, man.
You listen to me neighbor. My neighbor, they might do it next door.
Oh my.
Listen to them.
Do it.
No. When you've quite finished.
So are you unaware that there's like multiple business streams within sex?
I'm just trying to understand.
Okay.
Like imagine you put on your Christmas. You put on the iPod for Christmas and put it on shuffle, and next minute you hear she's then bent over.
Why you got it on your iPad?
Why would that
I don't know where it would be. I'm just saying.
Why would that be there? What have you been doing?
It's like
probably some porno that you've been watching.
How likely is it that you're gonna have a porno?
And you didn't take it off?
Exactly. It's the same as having a porno on your video on your camera roll. What's the likelihood? Well, it's probably.
Probably likely,
So let me just say, so erotica, like audio porn especially, is literally, you've got a story. So you might take a story where it could be like
Little Red Riding Hood.
No, you'd create a story. Most people could kind of make up their own story. I suppose you could remix Little Red Riding Hood, but essentially you would talk about...
that would be a good
Big
one.
Red Riding Hood.
Big Red Riding Hood.
Anybody out there just took that right now? Me forget.
Credit him.
Check. Send a check.
And you could add in the free bears as well, but you can make the bears
that
like
could be
gay.
Next one.
You can make the bears gay because like you get gay bears.
Oh.
Yeah.
So you see, we could really remix
Care
it.
Bears.
Care
Bears.
Bears.
Can we just get back to the business of sex?
Yeah.
Because are you finished, Sherry?
But did you see his face when I said bae? Stop dating, you know.
His lips went like this before.
Is that the type of thing you record?
Can I just also say that doesn't necessarily mean there's sound effects as well. Like you don't. It's not like and all that shit.
You
it's
know
just like
what?
talking.
I think men watch too much porn,
They
so
do.
they don't really understand
They don't
that
get
there's
it.
other kind of ways to
get stimulated.
Yeah.
Imagine, right? Okay, so imagine like dirty talk, but structured dirty talk. So you've got a story. So imagine this woman like she's I don't know, hooked up with her guy and she's stripped him off and she's laid him down, she's bent him back, she's opened his legs, she's sucked him off. So you're describing the situation.
Look at me like it.
No, but you're describing.
You like it.
No, let me just say, you're describing.
He's well into it.
So you're kind of really getting into detail. So you would detail everything. You'd be like, so I leant forward and his dick was shining and I leant forward and I put my mouth at the tip and I licked it and I tipped it and I pulled it and no, that's not my erotic voice. I'm just giving you an example. So you would really kind of leave it. Could you imagine? Yeah, like, do you know what I mean? Like, this is my erotic voice. But no, I'm just giving you an example of the kind of content. Look, all right.
Oh,
I'm going to leave him there.
Exactly.
I'm going to leave him there. He's taking the piss.
Can I just say that?
He's actually taking the piss.
He was well excited for you to come in and now
he's taking the piss.
He can't even handle it.
Is that my erotic speaking?
We should send him a recording for Christmas.
You imagine? Yeah. You wouldn't even know it's me, darling.
Are you okay? Harry, back to earth, please.
Yeah, go on. Sorry,
so we didn't even get into the business, but there's a lot of money to be made.
There's a lot of money. I think people...
Various streams, right?
Yeah, various streams. I think that's one of them. That's one that's been explored by a lot of people.
Yeah.
Can you imagine a yardie doing erotic porn?
I'm sure somebody will be into that.
Girl, bend over. Slap. Take that.
Yes, man.
Take body, girl.
May I go take it?
You think me easy?
Where you
are
want
ramping.
me? No, but you see, I think yardies would probably only go so far. Though.
Vibes Cartel one would have sell.
Yeah.
Like, show them talk about slackness.
Yeah, but their slackness only goes so far. You see, I feel like with audio porn, it's more about the description, the use of
storytelling.
It's story.
Let me take your virginity.
Excuse me,
ramping shop.
That's not good.
Let me take your virginity. That's not sexy.
Alright, cool. Right on the cocky like a bicycle. Right on the shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine Cartel you.
I mean, it works in a dance hall, but outside of that, I don't know.
Yeah, also we're talking about.
Right, sorry,
you need to get some composure.
Big up Vibes Cartel.
Yes, big up Vibes Cartel.
We have a sex teacher now. That's mad. We have a sex teacher now. Vibes Cartel name come up.
Well, you brought it up.
Him cast himself as the teacher. Teacher's pet the show and did that be a girl. It's mad.
I'm going to reserve comment on Vibes.
Oh.
Why? You have a crush on him?
No.
You
Everybody in the room is now like thinking, what's going on?
No. Oh my God, did that sound like juice? No. There ain't no juice. Honestly, there ain't no juice.
You sure?
I promise you, there ain't no juice.
Right. To come closer.
Sorry, am I all over the place?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry.
Is it okay now?
You know what this looks like?
I don't know. It looks like a microphone.
Yeah, it does.
Yes.
Am I moving too much?
No, you're fine.
You need to be closer. Is that all right?
Is that okay?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Don't be shy.
I'm not
It's
shy.
okay. We can.
No.
Shyness doesn't feature in my world.
I know.
All right, so we what we do know is that the sex industry is a big industry.
Massive.
There's multiple streams now. Streams that probably have made Harry literally fall off his chair.
Cringe. Shudder.
The amount of opportunities there.
I mean, you've only got to look at like OnlyFans. Like that's massive business.
Big
You know, I
business.
think a
Do
lot.
you know OnlyFans?
I hearing about this thing.
I bet you want to get on it.
Well, I don't know if people are going to buy jokes online.
You know, the thing is, like, jokes aside, you could get on it because it's not always necessarily about you exposing your bits. You could maybe go on there, maybe have like a nice
I think
little...
you will be up for that.
A nice little
jokes in the nude.
Yeah,
no
in the
way.
nude.
I actually had an email.
Or half nude.
I actually had an email. Somebody email. I think it's a joke because I didn't email back. And I didn't even bother reply to them. But saying, hey, I'm planning, I'm wondering, I'm looking for a comedian who will be up for doing a stand-up show nude. And I'm like, oh, the bum. Yo, you know what I mean? Like,
sex sales, man.
Like, unless you can pay me like all 2 million, get out of here, man. Because I'm supposed to can just quit after
I think
that.
if they paid you 20 grand, you might be up
No
for
way.
it.
Not even in your boxers?
No.
Okay.
I have pride. I have children out there now.
Yeah, but it's all right because at the end of the day, we've all got bodies.
Yes, but I have children.
I know, but as long as you're not doing anything that's going to embarrass them.
It doesn't matter. When that's surfacing and my kids go to school next day and say, see your father, and then become a joke, then become the joke of me.
True.
Then it's not funny.
I
No,
That's fair. For 2 million, you would happily take it.
Yeah, happy so we can migrate. We migrate.
No one will know you wherever you're
going. Son, tap your eyes. Here's 10 grand. I go buy some game. Yeah, me like laugh after them. When them a laugh after them, just pull up in your car and show them. Say, look what my daddy buy me.
This is what's happening.
Where daddy is stripped naked and I get nothing.
Look at him.
He's got it all in his head. He's got it all worked out.
Okay, like with the baby father. Big up the baby father.
But no, in all seriousness there, all right, so you're a sex teacher.
Yes.
Yeah?
She's not cartel,
So
by the way.
not necessarily a sex. Can I just say, not necessarily a sex teacher, more of an educator.
Yeah.
All right, sex educator. So what has Remi called you for help for then?
Oh, I could not possibly expose Remi. Come on now.
You're going to hell on the fast train. You are going to hell on the fast train.
I feel like Remi, how your friendship started.
Excuse me, I might be a goodie, okay?
Yeah, she's good.
I could be good.
There ain't nothing on Remi.
Thank you, friend. What about you? What could you learn today?
No,
clitoris.
all right,
should we talk about the clitoris?
Look, let's be real. Let's be real. Yeah?
So what do we know about the clitoris?
There's men out there. Yeah, that we believe that we know, and it's
a lot of you are digging for gold.
no, most of it they say, yeah, man, stab it up, boom, boom, boom.
No. A lot
of stabbing is no stabbing at all.
And feel like we are there, and the woman's there moaning.
She's moaning in pain.
Yes, I know.
And it's not good pain.
I know.
Cheryl, yeah.
Cheryl, Miss Blue. Like
Sherryl, thank you.
Cheryl. Like I said, yeah, I feel like we men feel like obviously we know.
Talk for yourself.
So yeah, no, I'm not.
No, I hear
I'm
you.
being honest.
The thing is, men do
because when men are having conversations about their activities and I'm saying, yeah, man, last night, yo, I'm saying, deal with the girl, you know, man. brother, I have that a ball, you know. Like, all right, cool, but has anyone actually asked the woman, like,
You look like you
that?
dagger from the tree. I mean,
No,
From the tree.
Listen, I saw that happen when
No.
I was in Jamaica. Yes.
Yeah, no.
They do dagger from
but
the
what I'm trying to
tree.
say is like, so we feel like that, and because I feel like, especially in the Caribbean community, especially in the Jamaican community, like what we always hear as young boys growing up, and then you hear the older men talking, it's always about, yeah, man, you have to can deal with the girl good, you know, man.
Stab it up.
You mean, man, when you beat you, when you, them class, even beating the word, you're
Yeah.
beating is like, you understand?
Yep.
It don't sound correct. You understand it when you really break it down. Obviously, I've grown a lot since
We thank God.
couple of years now. You know what I mean? I am where I am now is not where I was back then.
Good, we're
you
glad.
understand what I mean? And I mean, I gotta be honest. Me as a man, I communicate with my woman. It's very key. I need to
essential.
know what do you like, what do you not like.
Right.
Yes.
You understand? Because you, as I said, man feel like them are do the most work,
Yeah. And it's
Digging
not,
and the
for
woman
gold.
they like not just like hurry up. You understand? Which is true. The woman can't wait for you done.
That's not enough.
If a
It's
woman
never enough.
if a woman turn around to you as a man and say, "Are you almost done?" She's not enjoying.
that means she's not enjoying
not
it.
enjoying. That means say if you stop, just
That
stop.
absolutely means
Just stop killing the
please
vibes. Me done.
get
Oh,
off,
I
roll
think
over
what
and
you
go
said
to
there
sleep.
is important, the communication aspect. I don't think this is a generalization, of course, don't kill me, but I do think more people need to have conversations around what both partners like.
Absolutely.
I think there is
Of
a lot
course.
of pleasing from women. And some men, I can't say I hear that very frequently, that men are going out of their way to always please their women.
No, I think a lot of men have this, and like Harry said, like you grow up and you understand this is how you should please women, or you think that you go in and you know, and you just kill it, and if she's screaming, it's like you're doing
Yeah, like
something
most
good and all the
nice
rest
she
of
make
it.
her the best.
I think
I think that's like not even true.
exactly,
right?
and I think women especially respond better to everything. They respond more to all the other bits that come into sex outside of the penetration. Like the penetration is key, but everything else is more important, I would say, in a lot
Like
of
a
ways.
build-up.
Yeah,
It's a
like the
build-up.
build-up is
I know
kind of crucial.
not all the time.
Not for
people have-
everyone.
but also not people don't always have the time to lay it down.
True.
You know, 12 play kind of stuff all the time. So I get that, but I think two people must be satisfied when you engage in sex.
Absolutely. And when you consider 75% of women can't come through vaginal penetration.
That's a big-
That's
That's
or
a
they
big
or they
number,
oh, no, let me rephrase that.
75.
75% of women come through clitoral stimulation. So they might be able to come with like the penetration and the stimulation, but the
At the same time.
clitoral stimulation has to be a part of it. That's between 50 and 75% of women. So that's a
Whoa.
big number. So when
That
you've
is
got a
big.
man out here that thinks he just goes in and he just bang, 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 you're not actually doing it. And a lot of the time, what you're getting and that orgasm is fake. You know, I think it's important to say, like,
Even the cameraman's like, what?
the clit is queen. Like, can I just talk about the
Look at
clitoris?
your lips
From
on
it-
the quiver.
Remember,
What
remember
you have to
question,
say?
but
Of course
carry
you
on.
do.
I'm
Of course
not-
you
I'm
do.
not-
Because I think that this is where...
Have you ever
like,
faked
this
orgasm?
is of
Every
course.
woman has.
Of course.
Yeah,
Period.
Remi! Remi!
Am I being
Remi!
bored today?
Wow!
Every woman has
I never
somewhere.
expect that from Remi.
Every woman has somewhere along the line.
You know when? Sorry. You know when this episode comes out, any of your exes watching this right now,
They're going to be
you know,
like, what, was it me?
I think they will
even your
probably
current
know.
might be like, yo.
They probably will
Walk
know.
on.
They
Walk
probably
on.
will know. I think all women have at
All
some
women
point,
have,
yeah.
because again, it's about getting confident and understanding what it is that you enjoy and understanding your body as a woman. And I think that's where schools fall down, because sex education should include the clitoris, because the clitoris, number one, is the only organ in the human body, male or female body, that is designed purely for pleasure. Purely for pleasure. It does nothing
What do
else.
you mean male
Or
female?
female. Like, there's no organ in the male body that's just for pleasure. Like, your dick does other stuff.
Yeah.
For the woman, the
It's
clitoris...
just
Never catch what you just say.
Sorry.
Almost sound like men.
You thought that men
Men had a
yeah.
click.
No,
Yeah,
men.
I said, what?
Well, actually, it's funny you should say that.
Carry on, please.
It's funny you
please
should
carry
say that.
on
No,
with
let
what
me
you said.
just say, it's funny you should say that, because the clitoris is actually very similar to the penis. So, and if you want to take it even
I feel
further
sorry
back,
for him the next
if you
time
want
he
to
has
take it even
sex.
further back, if you want to take it even further back, like babies, when they're born, they're all born with the same anatomy. Like the genitalia does not form until after 12 weeks.
Yeah.
So essentially, you can either say boys and girls are born with a penis or a clit. Depends what you want to call it. It's all the same kind of situation
Is
going
that
on.
what they?
This is-
If the terminology is wrong, correct me. But an hermaphrodite is that
has
does that
both.
mean that the child just hasn't developed a either or
Or
like how
both.
So, yeah, can you explain that a little bit to me? Because I always get a bit confused around it.
I'm not 100% clued
sure,
up on
okay.
hermaphrodites, but I understand, like, if you want to take, for example, someone famous like Caster Semenya, who was the Olympian, the South African Olympian, she had both genitals. When they say genitals, that she had both male and female sexual organs. So I think she might have had like testes internally, but then outwardly she had like a vulva.
Could she have run with the men if she wanted to?
Well, I think
possibly.
But I think she had more female kind of.
I'm only asking because then does that make her
not,
a weak man or a strong woman?
Well, some women are stronger than men anyway. So
period.
I'm just saying, like,
I know what you're saying.
You understand, like, you compete. If you had the choice to compete with the men, it means you are stronger as a man, right? You understand
I think there's still a lot of like
there's very much a grey area with
it's
that.
very grey, and there's still needs a lot of development still needs to happen, because even in gels and stuff like that, like this is still taboo.
Where do you place
someone?
But I think it depends on what they kind of, number one, how they live, and number two, what they're kind of working with mainly. I guess that's how they determine. And I think when it came down to Caster Semenya, I think she had more female kind of bits, if you like, and hormones than male. So it was, I mean,
she identified more as a woman.
And that was embarrassing for her. The amount of things that they put that woman through, man, that was so out of order.
They tried to strip her for her medals and everything.
Everything.
So,
okay, so back to the clip.
Back to the clip.
So, so...
we not forget it.
So, that's what I'm saying. So babies, they actually don't develop genitals until around 12 weeks, which is why if you're pregnant or you're having a baby, that's when you get to know the sex after 20 weeks. Because before that, you won't know. So, but the clitoris is actually very similar to the penis in that it's got a clitoral hood, like, which is, I guess, similar to like the male foreskin, and it's got a shaft. So, which is like the male kind of, you know, I don't know what that was, but obviously it's a smaller
Probably
version.
one of your audio. One of our audio.
What is it? He's still traumatized about this first conversation.
He's not going to sleep tonight, honestly. He's not gonna sleep. So the clitoris, what you see like on a woman.
Can you send me a clip so I can send it to you? Wrap it up and send it in the post.
No,
nope.
He wouldn't even know it's me anyway. But anyway.
Nope.
All right, be nice.
All right.
What was I saying? That you keep making me lose my trail of thought.
No, you're talking about the clip and you're saying how it is and everything.
Okay, so what you see is literally only a quarter of the actual clitoris.
Okay.
So what you see outside is a small portion. The rest is behind.
The men in this room are very involved in this.
In the woman's anatomy. It's like the tip of the iceberg. What you play with, what you lick, what you flick, that's the tip of the iceberg.
That right there is where you need to be at.
That's where you need to be at.
That's the spot.
You didn't know that already with your two picnic them.
8,000 nerve endings, right?
Huh?
8,000 nerve endings in that one little thing, which is twice the amount you've got on your penis head.
So it's very...
No. Then you're throwing shots like...
She even pointed over down there.
You're not throwing shots. Everyone here with a penis.
He already told us how...
shots.
He already... Sorry.
I wasn't throwing shots. I'm just telling you, like, your dick ain't got as much nerve endings as we got.
attacked?
So, and also, just kind of adding to that, so you've got the 8,000 nerve endings in the clitoral, the bit that's
good
exposed.
Information.
Also, the sensations that are released from the clitoris can actually spread through your pelvic, which basically works out to be about
shakes
15,
and everything.
So that's like 15,000 nerve endings affected. So imagine that when you stimulate a woman's clit, like
explosion.
It's explosion. You can go in and you can fuck her. Excuse me for being so crude. And yes, she might come, but I still believe, and there is definitely a school of thought that that's still hitting the clitoris, but from a different angle, which is why, okay, some women don't necessarily come that way because it's not hitting far enough, if that makes sense. Because if you understand how the clitoris is designed and it's behind, if you're hitting it from the back, so you're going in through the vagina and you're hitting it from the back, you're still stimulating the clit. So it's all about the clit. So when I say the clit is queen, literally from the outside, inside, back, front, wherever, that's where it's at.
And that's why sometimes when you're having sex and a woman's like, stay there.
Yeah,
it's because you're hitting
her clit from the back.
So any movement from that, you lost everything. And she probably just going to cuss you
but even
for the
down
rest
to
of your time.
For real.
No,
but even a lot
happens.
of women don't necessarily know that's what's happening in terms of that's the clit that's being stimulated.
A lot of women have never had orgasms, though, like real orgasms.
Yeah.
Can we talk a little bit about that?
About orgasms.
Yeah.
There's loads of different types.
Tell us your top 3.
What?
Clitoral is number 1. Well,
What? Top 3?
well, no, not my top 3. Like the top 3 would be like clitoral would be number 1.
Yeah.
Vaginal, and then probably blended. Actually, no, I'd say I would say
Wait, hold on. Sorry.
clitoral, blended, then vaginal.
So clitoral, however, the clit one.
The clit one.
I'm dyslexic. The clit one is the rubbing of the clit.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Stimulation.
Vaginal is coming from the inside. So
Yeah.
when he's inside,
the vagina.
and then blended is both.
Yeah.
So when he work
both.
and I touch
Work
at the same
both,
time.
yeah.
Jeez.
Somebody's going home
Yeah.
tonight.
No, listen. Hey, let me tell you something. Let me put this out there. Yeah,
God.
like.
Are you sure? Should we stop you before you get started?
No, like listen. I'm all for listening.
You're a big man.
I'm learning. I'm grown. I have 2 children.
Good.
Been with my woman for 15 years. So I must be
It's
doing something
important,
right.
you know.
Are you wondering if she ever faked?
No, well, I don't know, but obviously
You're
just
gonna
saying
answer tonight,
but no, I wouldn't even ask her. You get me? Because
Your business.
There's no point in asking.
one thing with me, yeah, and I don't really put my. I'm not gonna say like my put
No,
all of
yeah,
my business out there,
definitely
like, but as I said, I communicate with my woman. So in terms of,
My
are you
woman.
okay?
My woman.
You know what I mean? Like I generally ask
Yeah.
my woman every day of our life. You alright, babes? Everything
that's
good?
nice.
So even
you sound like a
even-
decent person.
No,
If I
I
didn't
am.
know you, I think you're real decent.
I am real.
She didn't know you.
If I
Real
do,
decent.
till to them they think you did decent, now you there tell me say you fake orgasm. Yeah? You are there tell me say, oh, yeah, I fake orgasm. Oh, yes, every woman does it. My God.
Every woman
God.
has. I think that's a fact. Understanding yourself takes a lot.
It
I
does.
think because you're not taught in school about your anatomy, i.e. the clitoris and what it can do,
Yeah.
you kind of just fumble through sex a lot of the time. You know, you'll have a man and you'll think, oh, well, I'm supposed to be doing this. Oh, let me move
Yeah,
like
because
this.
you'd be
And then-
surprised
But I don't
how
think
many
they should
girls
teach it
don't
in
play
school.
with
I don't think they should
themselves.
teach it in
You don't
school.
think they should teach it in school?
I don't think it should because you will have them. You have a few children, and I must say children because once you're in school,
Yeah, you're children.
You're a child.
Yeah.
You shouldn't be exactly knowing about these things because you have some children that get very curious and be like wanting to know a bit more about that.
But isn't
And you're
that
gonna have
better?
that anyways.
Yeah, but I feel like it should be a thing that parents should be doing these researches to know these things, to maybe guide them along the right line. It's like my son 13 now, like, yo, you're reaching that age now where I know you might be feeling your hormones kicking in and you're feeling certain things. So, you know, like, let daddy tell you because when the teachers tell you that might want to explore it before even your parents telling you the rights and wrongs and all these things. So in terms of like saying in schools, it has to be at a certain age. I feel maybe when closer to when they're leaving school.
Yeah, but I
maybe
think that's
last year.
unrealistic in this day and age.
It's got to be age appropriate. Definitely, it's got to be age appropriate. But I think the schools do need to teach it because I don't think every parent is equipped with the right amount of
Not only
information
that,
or
I think
knowledge
children are
or
having-
understanding. And they're starting early.
They are like engaged. Like these kids be knowing. Like they
They
be
know
knowing.
more than adults.
Yeah, they do.
They know.
So I
They
think
do
school,
know.
if the schools are giving them the right information, you know, emphasis on safe sex, you know, emphasis on consent, because I think that's
Yes. That's
massive
another big
thing.
one as well, yeah.
That's huge. You know, boys especially understanding what is consent when a girl is, you know, not consenting. Consent is a hard yes. It's not I don't know, maybe. It's a hard yes.
Man, them,
that's crucial.
Boys, young boys out there, and man, them, even mothers, if you tell your sons, make them know.
If she'd
if
sa-
a girl's ever once sound like, oh, I'm not sure.
Not sure, just
or
move away.
Maybe,
Yeah.
or
Leave.
we shouldn't be doing this.
That's a
Stop.
no.
And
Yeah.
you
Consent.
people that say put the tip in.
No.
All of you need to go to hell.
All
Let
the
me
way
just
to
put
hell,
the tip in.
to
No,
the
brother,
depths
no.
of hell.
No.
What is
no.
that?
No,
You've been there, innit? You've been there. Like, just a tip. No.
Do you know if you do not get consent, it's sexual assault?
Of course.
So-
But then if a man don't give you consent and you come take it, no, it's still the same thing.
Not the same thing.
But
No,
did
no,
you
no,
re-
no,
but
I'm
did you
joking.
report it?
I'm joking. Men have to give consent to. No.
Everyone should
Everyone
give
has to
consent.
give
Period.
consent.
Point blank.
Yeah, that's a fact. But just going back to the whole school thing, I think schools should lay the foundation for sex education, and parents should pick up at
Absolutely.
home and elaborate and talk like on an individual level with
Yeah.
their children and just kind of.
And that's
you know.
why, like, when we had Jenny down, I was saying about, like, the community getting involved. There are definitely going to be parents that, can't...
lack.
Yeah,
Yeah.
This isn't their area, and I don't think it's everyone's area.
course
A lot
not.
of people are very uncomfortable to have these kind of conversations. But I think that's where the community can kick in as well. There might be one mum, dad, that are good at these things, you lot can gather the kids and have a deeper conversation about it. And I think that could be helpful.
Definitely.
I would rather know the little tad bits of information than just send my child out there.
Just in the wilderness.
Yeah, because they could spoil their lives as well. There are a lot of diseases out there.
Definitely. And I think, especially, again, just going back to the whole consent thing, a lot of girls don't know how to say no.
I shouldn't say that, actually. That was wrong to say that if you have a disease, it will spoil your life. But I'm just saying...
But it can, potentially.
It potentially can, but there are people obviously living with diseases and stuff like that. But in the same breath, like, if you can prevent your child from having to experience some of these things by giving them knowledge, then I think that
prevention is definitely better than cure,
for sure. So I know we touched on the kid business there, and
that sounds wrong. The kid business,
not the kid business. Sorry, I
know what you're saying.
That sounds crazy. The kid business. What else have you got for us? I know.
You were talking about orgasms.
Orgasms,
and squirting, and stuff like that.
Yes.
So I think this is like
I think that's like a thing,
a big thing for guys because of porn.
If a girl squirts or something, have you had a squirt?
No.
Are you just gonna say no everything now?
No, I'm not interested in that.
What, squirting is not your thing?
I think every woman could potentially squirt.
Yeah,
because
I've heard that
all
before.
it is just the way that you're stimulated.
Okay.
You know
what is it? What is it?
It's not pee. Like it's mixed maybe with a little bit of pee, but it's
so
like like female. No.
Just a
When I
little
say
bit.
that, like remnants. Like if you was
It's
to
not
like
a cocktail,
put it.
it's a funny tea.
With ice.
But obviously, because it's coming out of the whatever. You might get traces of urine, but it's coming from a different place. It's coming from a different gland. So it's like female ejaculation. Women can ejaculate.
Yeah.
So it's the same thing, but just a lot of kind of thing. So
those sound like something.
some guys like. I mean, porn has made it fashionable.
Can I say, do you watch porn?
No, I have done, but I don't.
Somebody bring the Bible. Bring the Bible.
Listen, I'm not gonna lie. I have done. Before.
Somebody get the Bible
You can't
now.
get the Bible. They
What
can get
the
it. You can get the
hell?
app on your phone. I have
How
done.
do you know?
You can get a Bible. You can get an app for everything.
I
Audio.
thought you meant for the porn app.
No. For
So
the
is
Bible.
it you just don't like porn?
It's not that I don't like. It's just I don't.
You
I
don't have the time.
Like, put it this way, yeah. Like I have watched porn before.
I don't want
You
to have
understand
to
me?
get the receipts
But it's
out,
like
Harry.
no, you can get them. But I'm saying is that for me, where my life is right now, there's even no time for watch
You don't
porn.
need it.
Oh,
Okay.
it's time. It's a time thing.
Okay, so
We
you know what?
understand.
You've got your phone, right?
It's
Porn is
please.
one click away.
No, I don't get me wrong. I know the internet is there. But what I'm saying is, I have.
You don't want to incriminate yourself.
But I'm
It's like
not-
the internet is there. He would not say porn anything.
very diplomatic.
Not the porn.
No, but I'm
not
saying
the
because she said the
porn.
phone is there. So what I'm trying to say is there's nothing wrong with it. I don't say you shouldn't watch porn if that's something you're into that. If that some people sit at home and watch porn all day long and do nothing.
That's addiction.
You understand? Yeah, but you have some people
All
subscribe.
day.
You have some people that have private
Of course,
memberships.
people
and
subscribe.
like-
Oh,
Why do
God.
you think it's $1 billion
That's how
industry?
they
I get it. And I said I don't knock
Yeah.
anybody who does it. It's just I don't
not for
have no
you.
need for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I don't have no.
But it's a good
need for it.
masturbatory tool, no?
But
He's
good at-
confused.
Put it this way, yeah. Let me put it there. I'm good at home.
Okay.
I'm
The
good.
thing is, can I just say, with porn...
That's good.
right, I think-
and can we just, commend you for being so open and transparent
Yeah,
that you're
I'm
fine.
Good. I'm
that's
good at
that's
home.
nice
Like,
to hear.
If I had problems, then it'd be a
You'd be able
different
to talk about
situation.
it.
And we're not saying
but
people that
I'm
have
good at
porn
home.
have problems.
No, but I'm saying is that if there is guys, I know a friend. I'm not gonna call his name,
Yeah,
but
please
he
don't.
would openly talk about watching porn and
Oh my God.
wank 2 times and like. Brother, get a job. Find something else.
When it becomes an addiction, it's a problem.
Yeah,
You're spending too much time.
Well,
watching
wait a minute. Does it mean if somebody wanks, they don't have a job?
No, but I'm just mean like if
That's what you're doing.
you're finding time for
All
one,
day.
if you find time for one call 2 times a day and every
It's
day.
2 times a lot. I don't know. I'm asking.
Oh no, I think you need a wank at least twice a day.
Oh,
I'm just saying, like morning and night. Like no,
Does she have a job?
What?
no, I'm not saying for me. I'm saying I don't think that's too much if someone had that. No, I'm just saying I don't think that's too much.
You've taken the biscuit with him today. I think he's.
I don't think that's too much. I don't think having a wank. I'm not saying every single day you wank twice, but a morning and a nighttime thing. Morning wake up, nighttime lock off. I think that's not a problem.
Are you saying that?
So basically, that's a sex every day.
No, I'm saying if people do that.
Harry sounds like me in my house. He's like, not every day is too much.
No, I'm just trying to find out. But I'm just trying.
No,
Based on what you said, yeah.
I don't think
If
people
you're
have
saying
sex every day.
if you're saying a man wank twice a day is not a lot, yeah.
I don't think that's too much.
But what I say is, then if a man want to have sex every day with you, Is that too much?
Wait a minute.
Well,
this is preference, by the way. People are entitled to do what they want in their house. Look at him.
If they're both complicit, both compliant, they both want it, then yeah, that's cool.
I've got friends that are flinging it up daily.
Every
But
day.
that's their thing.
That's what I'm saying. It depends where you're at. That's what twice a day in terms of wank is not excessive, in my opinion.
Okay.
I think if
so what is that? 14 times a week.
a week, that just means you ain't got no nut left. But hey,
It's probably quite weak, isn't it?
yeah, it'll be
Blank, man. Them man, when they come now, blank, it'll be a pew, pew.
it's just like a little dribble.
Yeah, your friend.
Do you know what I mean? coming like the rum, you know, like nothing in it. Just
So wait a minute. You sound like broke people are at home having sex. That's what you sound like. Only broke people in the yard just.
Let me tell you something. You see what you just said a while ago? Was very interesting. You see what she said?
What?
Bro, let me tell you. You see enough women. Yeah, I don't.
It's true. I know where you're going.
I don't want to change. I do not want to change the subject from what we're talking about. But there's a lot of women who don't go to work and will be listen. Who don't. No. There's a lot of There's a lot of women who let the husband will be out working and she will be at home, and there will be a broke man coming in to fuck your woman.
maybe.
Trust me upon that.
That's not really
Trust me. There's a man with no job who have a lot of time to be that shoulder she wants to cry on. Listen to what she says.
I agree with that. The husband one, I'm not sure about. But yes, there is plenty of broke man servicing decent women.
Yes.
Yeah, but
Yes, and you out there are
Who's the you?
Huh? I'm not saying you. I'm just saying, like, this is what I'm trying to say. So when you're saying that broke people, they might find things to do. And I'm gonna tell you something. Them broke people are find things to do. Them get active. Yeah. That's why you
make use of their time, innit?
I do think that there is something there though, especially the ones that wear them sports socks with the stripes and the stretch out boxes.
The hell?
And the string vest with the holes from one day.
Oh my!
And they love to cock one foot up on the couch and
do
look
nothing else
for breakfast. Watch them.
Anyway,
So, Miss Sex Educator.
Yes.
leave it.
So,
I swear he's mocking me.
I'm
he's
not
well
mocking.
into.
I'm
He's
not-
been
I'm not-
excited for you for
I'm
weeks.
listening. It's entertaining. It's fun.
How are you taking a piss out of me? No, I'm joking.
Nope.
I'm only playing. I'm only playing.
Nope.
Go on. I'm only playing.
He's well into
I'm
this.
far from taking a piss out of you. I'm interested in what you
Okay.
said. And as I said to you earlier, like about the whole communication thing and all that's very key.
Very.
Because I do believe that men do not. There's a lot of men that don't listen to their women
That's true.
and feel like the noise is more an ego thing for them. To say, yeah, you make the woman bad.
But I think that's
scream.
again because of
But-
porn.
Yeah, porn is
All
definitely
them
responsible
noises
for a lot of
is
that.
like what women are
Half of it's
mimicking.
fake. And it's half of it is fake. If you actually watch a porno,
You see,
it's
yeah,
out of
but that's
sync.
what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So, all right, so even that, it's not real.
No.
But how do you know if you don't watch porn?
I said I have watched porn. I never said
The new day and age
Let's break it
stuff.
down. I don't need to watch it. I'm
then
good.
Now,
Can
he's
I
too
just say
busy
that-
making
Watch porn.
money.
Speaking
And-
of porn,
Yeah.
there is ethical porn.
Yes,
What does
let's
that
There's-
talk about ethical
There's
porn.
ethical porn, which is more kind of like real. So you know, like what you get on Pornhub and like
Yeah,
you know
it's
all of those. It's very much like
structured
with the male
and
in
directed.
mind. Yeah, like get whatever. Just the usual bang 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 nonsense. Ethical porn is a bit more real. So you would get like more realistic situations. So you might be able to watch it with your partner and say, I can actually see myself.
Yeah,
or
there.
that's something relatable. So there's ethical porn is big at the moment.
Okay, so they make it more real. So is this more like are they still like porn stars? Are they more
More real
couples?
people. More real people, yeah.
Oh.
So it's not necessarily porn. I mean, they might make a name for themselves through doing.
Yeah.
But it's not like the flipping, I don't know, can't think of a porn star. What's her
like
name?
Sherryl Blue or something like that?
or White Yardie, yeah.
That could be a good show.
I reckon White Yardie slangs or something like, I don't know, White Yardie puts it down.
Yes. Whoever's got the best comment, leave it.
Do you know what I'm saying? Because
Sherryl in
mine
the
was a
blue.
bit crap.
Sherryl in the blue.
Or
Sherryl Blue line.
White Yardie the payback. Or maybe
Yeah,
White Yardie and
because you had to think so long, it didn't work.
White Yardie and the bubble butts. There you go.
So ethical porn. So we've talked about ethical porn. We've done a little bit of the business because Harry couldn't get it together.
I think that, can I just say one more thing about ethical porn? I think that's going to be the way forward for people to enjoy porn. And
I think a lot of girls
Do you
are
watch
interested
porn,
in
Remi?
porn. Yeah, sometimes. I'm not going to tell you the categories because I feel like you'll be into
we've
it.
had this conversation.
Yeah. And
You don't even want to know the categories that I watch. Believe me, it'll blow your mind. But yeah, that's another story.
Because also as well, I think girls haven't had a choice but to watch porn at some point because the men are so into porn.
Yeah.
Like when I was growing up, porn was like the big thing to for boys to do. And so if you were engaging with somebody or checking somebody, you would get curious because they watch porn. So you're thinking, what's going on over there? I need to check it out too.
Yeah. And then you'd also get the, do you do that?
Yeah. And then when a lot of men, when they have sex with women, they actually try to mimic some of the stuff. So you have to protect yourself. But they also like to
pull a muscle. I'm not being funny, but some of these porn stars, they've been prepping for days. No. And I'm not being funny, but guys, you cannot come like a fountain like that porn star did. You know how much prep goes into these porn stars and all what they do?
I actually had a porn star on one of the podcasts that I do.
Did you?
We actually had one on there, and
was it a woman or a guy?
It was a woman, and
of course it was.
It was no. Listen, I didn't know she was gonna be there. The guys invited her, and I kept it real, like, because certain things she was saying just didn't add up. Like, oh, it's not real. Okay, it's penetration. Regardless if you're not enjoying it, regardless if you're not
mechanical.
It's a body count.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I mean? So when you're telling me about it's not real, I just couldn't look at it. I'm like, no, it's real.
Did you judge that woman?
I did because you know what I did? I did. I
can hear it.
But I rightly did it because of what she was saying. It's not like
was she contradicting herself?
Yeah, there's things she was saying. Like I said, she said, "Oh, it's not real. It's sex." So when she says not real, I say, "So what you trying to say? Like, it's actually not going in? Is that special effect? Is it not happening?" She said, "Yes, it does, but it's not like sex. It is sex."
She probably means that it's not like she's not feeling it like that. It's just.
But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. And that's something. And even to
we're out here having sex for free. I mean.
No. But I'm not saying there's nothing wrong. But it's just the fact where you're saying it's not real.
Yeah.
But it is real because at the end of the day, it's still another man you have slept with, regardless if it's on camera, off camera, whatever. It's another.
Would you date somebody who was in the?
I wouldn't.
Not in the porn industry at all.
I wouldn't.
Kind of. Okay.
What about if they were behind the camera?
Huh?
What if they were just filming?
He was like, you are.
Would you let your lady go on set to film pornos?
Listen, I don't know. I don't know about that. That's one I never even thought about because technically they're not involved in that act of it.
It's just the energy.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't know.
His face is like,
not sure.
You might see some things and come home and try pressure.
Should I put it on you?
Yeah.
I don't need that.
But that's what happens to women. Not all women, but a high proportion of the time, women find themselves in these compromising situations.
You know, a classic one, and I have to say, and again, sorry to be crude, is the deep throat. Like a lot of guys, they see deep throating on porn, and these women, they literally can almost dislocate their jaw and take the whole of the dick in their mouth. And I think some men think that most women are able to do this. There are tonsils, there are gag reflexes, there is a lot of things going on.
What, these women that are deep throating don't have tonsils?
They do, but some of them, they prep for that kind of shit.
So it's like then
they want with a cucumber.
Gym business. Deep throat gym.
Deep throat
could be a thing.
It could even be down to like the position of a woman and the way she takes it. All these different things like that. People don't necessarily take into account when you're trying to reenact what you've seen on porno. Like anal is classic. Like
Miss Sex Educator.
Let's talk about anal.
Miss Sex Educator. Miss Sex Educator.
Anal is part of sex.
Wait a minute. Why can't you just be silent and let us educate the viewers?
The thing is, right, anal is not necessary. Well, it's not my bag. I know it's not your bag either.
So then we move on from that bag. Let's skip that bag.
Let's move on from that bag.
Let's take that bag out and put it in the rubbish and get back to what we say.
Let's not move on from the bag because there are people that enjoy anal sex. And
good for
some
them.
of them are your friends coming to your yard and yamming with your knife and fork.
Nobody not come on my yard.
Drink from your cup.
Nope. Nobody come on my yard. Nobody not come on my yard.
In your cup stays in your cup.
Even before that. Yo, my house under quarantine before quarantine. Nobody not come on my yard.
But jokes aside, anal sex, a lot of people get a lot of pleasure out of it. And men do. Oh, can we talk about that in a minute? But like, no, seriously, no, because like this is the thing. Yeah, guys get all funny about it, but secretly, all of them want a finger in their bum.
Oh, Kanye West was the worst.
Anyway, who was that?
Kanye West.
Listen,
Amber Rose said it. Him love it.
All of them celebrities, all of those celebrity males. I know it's generalization, but the fact of the matter is, guys, you have a prostate, right? To stimulate your prostate, you go through your bum, which is why a lot of men are like, I don't want to go for a prostate test because they're scared they're going to get turned on. Because the reality is, if that is tickled in a certain way, that shit's going to make you hard. Like, if you get your prostate stimulated... If you get your prostate stimulated at the same time as you're getting jerked off, you will come fountains. Let me just tell you. But anyway, that's by the by. Anal sex.
Toes curling.
Toes curling. Man, you'd be screaming.
Look at his face. Do you know what I think Harry Bo should do? WhiteYardie.com. I think you should do like a fundraiser for men getting their prostate checked out. Yeah, that could be good. More men need to get their prostates checked out. He's just not on it. Yeah,
he's not on it.
Anybody who's running prostate cancer awareness. Contact White Yardie. He's very interested.
No, I mean, that's a serious thing.
Remi.
That's a serious
it's a serious issue. Do you know? Because
prostate is serious, but
it is serious.
The act of anal sex, like jokes aside, a lot of people do enjoy it, and I think you get porn that kind of makes it look like it's easy. Yeah. You know, but the fact is, remember, your anus is designed to excrete. So if your
anus is meant to.
Right.
Oh.
But that's what you're saying. Like, it's supposed to be tight.
So that's what I'm saying. So when you get people to watch porn and they want to, and guys feel like they can just go straight in, they don't realize that there's a lot of. No, we're just talking. It's sex.
We're gonna put that trigger on.
Some people enjoy. Well, I'm not saying anybody here enjoys anal sex. Sorry, anybody here, but it's something that people do. And I was just trying to make the reference from porn. So as a sex, how people think that they could just do what they see.
What I'm trying to understand as a sex educator.
This episode is going to be called White Yardie's Hole.
Do you? No way. No way.
His hole, you know.
This one's gonna call the blue hole.
Or White Yardie and the Japan flag, innit?
It's gonna call the blue hole. But no, like the as a sex educator, is this something that you teach other people as well?
I don't teach anybody to do anything. Like, I will just talk about.
There's a whole community, by the way. I think like it's the community that she's a part of. Is that fair to say? It is.
People it's just a rabbit hole. Wild things. I mean, I say wild like in the general sense because it's not wild to me because I've heard it a billion times. But like I said, I can sit here and talk about something like anal because I know that's not something I indulge in. But I know people do, and people really, really enjoy it. I mean, butt plugs aren't on the market for fun.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? They are big sellers.
Well, it could be on here for fun for some people. Guys,
there are straight quote unquote. I don't like that term straight because it suggests that if you're not straight, you're bent. But anyway, heterosexual guys. A lot of heterosexual guys enjoy being penetrated with strap-ons. There's sex toys for men that got the bum. Yeah. It's serious business. And they're sellers. They're sellers, Harry. It's not like they don't sell. They sell.
I think Harry's had a
skinful.
Mr. White Yardie, have you had enough?
Have you had enough of that?
He was interested in
moving on from it. Came back to it. How do you get back?
He looks so terrified at what he's heard today. He's going to be driving back home like, what have I just experienced?
No. It's cool.
Have you been to any parties?
It's cool. What? Yeah, like, no. Parties like, what kind of parties?
Like sex parties?
No.
Never?
No, never.
Are you a bit prudish? That's what I'm getting a bit of a vibe from you, a bit prudish.
Listen, let me tell you something. You have to understand.
Tell us.
There's some people out here who are very
open-minded
and very like to experiment. You know what I mean? And they're out there. You know what I mean?
We respect them.
Yeah, big up to them. Like, as I said, each their own. You go out and do what you want to do. Everybody have their own preference in life. These are just things that I don't find interesting.
No, of course. No.
It's nothing that if I go to a sex party doesn't interest me.
Oh, good.
Because why am I going to a sex party for?
So what about masturbation then?
If me want. Yo, if I feel horny, I'm a woman already, but I want then, innit? So.
But how do you feel about women masturbating? Because I find a lot of guys.
If my woman want to masturbate.
Okay, cool.
Rather you masturbate than make a man masturbate with you. Like, come on. Like,
I think he's going to blow a gasket today.
but no, because it's not saying like, I don't want them people feel like, oh, yeah, so you know, do not like. No, don't get me wrong, but like, I'm in a place where at the moment I'm good.
You're in a good space.
I'm good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I've never been interested in certain things, and they don't interest me.
And that's fine.
That's
what I mean. So like,
but that's why we brought an educator in, because I think it's also important not just to talk about the garish stuff, but also from an educational standpoint, right? Like,
there's a lot
of the stimulation. What else haven't we touched on that you think is a bit like?
I think with masturbation,
masturbation.
I think masturbation. I think a lot of people have issues with. I mean, I don't think people should be out here declaring what they do. That's what
that's
you do in your
personal,
private space, right? But there's still this massive taboo when it comes to masturbation.
What for men, women, or just
for women? I think mainly because I think from a young age, you're sort of young boys. They tend to kind of play with themselves, and they're never kind of reprimanded. It's okay, leave it. But if a little girl. Get your hand off. That's not. Do you know what I mean? So from a young age, women and girls are kind of conditioned to think that touching like your genitals is dirty, is naughty. So as you grow up, you kind of have that in your head. So undoing all of that, and then you've got a society that kind of thinks that if you masturbate, then you're just nasty.
Something's wrong.
Yeah. Well, actually, it's an act of self-care. The same way a man can masturbate and just get off, and
Do you feel like women should do it more?
I think, it's down to the individual, but I think there's nothing wrong with it, and I don't think anyone should feel ashamed. There's nothing to feel shame about, it's your body, like it belongs to you. You're not hurting anybody else, you're pleasuring yourself. I can't see what is wrong with that.
I've been known to buy a few friends vibrators just so that they can help themselves.
Enjoy yourself, right, help yourself.
Because I think every woman should have a vibrator. I think that
100%.
There's every woman.
Because let's be real, like the vibration from a vibrator, a man cannot necessarily replicate
it's impossible.
How you know that?
Because you can't buzz like that.
Yes.
If you can move like that.
What's your man out there?
And also, just to say,
they are loud. Why don't they make them quiet, man? There are like a Lilo.
So where you try to use yours, boy? Them
It needs it quiet. I hate when it's loud.
Some of them are a bit loud, yeah. But there's some like decent ones. Can I do a cheap plug actually?
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Harry's gonna buy.
Yeah, if you want to buy your woman anything, I would suggest you buy.
Don't say Satisfyer Pro.
No. I suggest you buy the Ruby Glow, which
Tell us about it.
It's a ride-on, so it's like a hands-free thing, right? So it's made by this amazing woman called Tabitha Rain, and she so basically it's like a vibrator, but you sit on it, so you don't have any hands, so you could just
vibrate all along. Look at you, well excited. You got one, ain't you?
I haven't.
Oh,
I've got
Tabitha.
two.
Tabitha, you need to send 2 black women your products so we can check them out for you and tell Harry all about them.
Harry can get one for his woman. She would love you, honestly.
I'm good.
She'd be like, oh my God, Harry.
Do you go to the shops?
What shops?
Oh my God.
No, hold on.
I've been in Victoria's Secret, that's about it.
What? If Harry got
You've never been in Ann Summers in all your life?
Oh, Ann Summers, yeah, sorry, Ann Summers, sorry, that's one I meant to say.
If Harry got his woman the Ruby Glow.
Well, she don't need no Ruby Glow, she got Yardie Glow. She have Yardie Glow.
So is that the
Pro.
top one you would say?
Well, I just think
But
it's
you never
quite
run
new.
low.
It's quite
new.
new.
I haven't heard of that one.
Hands-free.
I haven't heard of that one. My friend told me that I should
feel like
buy...
when Remi said, my friend,
Satisfyer.
she talk about herself.
No. She told me to get the Satisfyer Pro.
Satisfyer
that sounds like a moosh. It sounds like
that can make
a
you
UFO.
squirt.
It also sounds like a UFO.
That's the only thing. They've got a new one coming out. Apparently that's the only toy that can make women that can't squirt.
The Satisfyer Pro.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go back home and check it out again.
Yeah.
Tell Harry next week.
But it's funny because I went to this talk on squirting about a year or so ago. Yeah, and it was and they were saying like a lot of women when they're about to orgasm.
The men in this room have all become uncomfortable and
I know all this.
He's taking notes. This one over here, the engineer's got his phone out taking notes.
You must search to satisfy the Ruby Glow.
The Ruby Glow. He knows what he's up to.
Christmas stocking.
Yes, you won't fit in there.
Ain't gonna be Santa the only one coming on Christmas Day.
Satisfyer Pro's got 25,000 reviews. I said, what is
that's a
on
serious
Amazon?
piece of
So what?
Yeah.
Hold on. I've seen
Satisfyer
one.
is
I've seen one. Like I think they did some memes about it and that where
Which one?
the man can have it on his phone like an app.
Oh yeah, like the remote one.
Yeah, there's some remote.
Yeah, that's internal. It's like you put it inside your buzz. Yeah, so you could be.
It's a bit. I'm kind of over those kind of things. A bit old school.
Don't try and electrocute me when I'm eating my dinner.
Yeah. Because if you that used to be the thing. I feel like when we were younger, it used to be like, get the remote for him and go out for dinner and
no, no. No, but
you know how to get him red in the face. Look at his little face.
Hey, I'm learning so much about Remi today.
I'm gonna send the Satisfyer Pro to his house.
The squirting thing.
Yes.
So I went to this squirting competition and one of the women that was, she's actually the world record holder for squirting.
Ooh, how far?
Right?
How far?
I think it's amount rather than how far.
Oh, okay.
She can squirt like crazy. Like I think it was like I can't even quote. I'm gonna misquote, but it's about 4 or 5 liters of squirt. Like, it's mad.
Liters.
Like, it's a lot. I mean, that's probably the wrong stat, but I know it was a lot. It was like, whoa, lot. Anyway,
piss. The woman want piss, man. The woman drink too much water.
That's a lot. That is a lot.
She drink 4 litres of water.
Do you know what a litre of milk looks like?
I feel like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but I know it was a lot.
It was a lot.
It was a considerable amount. It made me think, how? Like, where did that all come from? But the thing that I kind of took away from that little workshop was the fact that most women, when they go to orgasm, they kind of pull in.
Yeah, like because you do. Yeah,
you instinctively kind of like, you're like, sorry, that just looks off key. But it's kind of like, I think with guys, you kind of like, you know what I'm saying. Like, if you're about to explode, you kind of naturally contract. But if you want to squirt, you have to let it go. So you have to push out.
Now I'm like,
so it feels like you're gonna piss.
Yeah,
apparently,
it does.
But that's okay. It's not gonna be piss.
What do you mean squirting? I don't know how that feels.
No, but it feels like, apparently, if you want to squirt, if you can't squirt, instead of pulling in when you're about to come, push out.
Oh yeah, somebody else did tell me that before. Yeah,
and then you.
I haven't tried it. I don't think there's any time for that.
And also, it's what's it all about, really? Because at the end of the day, you can squirt without even orgasming. You know that. So it's not like, it doesn't necessarily mean that because you squirted that you've had an orgasm.
Before we wrap up, I remember a few years ago we went to an event in Brixton.
Oh yes, yeah.
And what did we experience? It was just so random, but
it was like
exhibitionist.
Yeah, it was like heat, temperature play. Like they were doing a lot of ice and fire and candle wax and stuff. Yeah, a lot of people do that shit. Like different temperature. You can get different sensations. You might
candle
get
wax hot,
hot wax. You can have that dropped on your ball bags. What are you talking about?
No, you cannot. I cannot have that dropped on my ball bags.
Like,
thank you
no,
very
not
much.
mine.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Hot wax. You mean I'll move candle.
Imagine getting an ice cube and your woman or whoever, guys, whatever, goes to give you head with the ice cube in your mouth. It's a different sensation to the warm. So it's just about playing with temperatures. Also, can I just add lube?
Lube.
I think lube, a lot of people underestimate the power of lube.
Yeah.
Like, lube doesn't mean because you're a woman or you've got a dry fanny. Yeah. No. Lube kind of gives a whole different dimension. It just makes it more...
But don't you think the lube is more cheating the process of stimulating?
No, it's not cheating.
No.
Number one, if you're using condoms, it can prevent breakages. It can elongate the session. So if you're using lube, you can go for longer. It can... prevent like injuries, so because after a while sometimes things might dry up a little bit, get a bit of friction. So lube does that. It's a game changer.
And it's everything, right? You can eat it, you can
everything. Massage with
it.
You can eat lube? What?
You can get flavoured lubes.
Flavoured lubes. I mean, you're not going to sit there and eat it like the whole thing, but you can get flavoured ones.
But I think you've also got to be careful with But you've got to be careful with flavoured things because that can interfere with the pH balance, which is what we were talking about before. So the pH balance in a woman's vagina is basically, I think it's like between 3.8 and 4.5. So like, okay, so on a scale you have like, anything below 7 is like acidic, anything above 7 is alkaline. So a woman is like between 3.8 and 4.5. So if she goes over 4.5, that means she's more susceptible to like an overgrowth of bacteria, which can ultimately result in like bacterial vaginosis.
Okay.
Also, new dick can cause that.
New dick.
So like, like a lot of women can probably relate to when you meet a new guy, and you meet a new guy and you have a new dick without a condom. Like sometimes, like women can experience like a change in pH balance. So you might experience a slight odor or something. That's because his bacteria has now mixed with yours,
and you know what?
And it throws you off.
Can even. I'm not sure if this is right, so please don't quote me. Do some research. But I knew somebody who her partner, she was kind of allergic to his sperm.
You can be,
and so. Every time they had sex, it was just
a reaction.
Yeah.
So might have some kryptonite sperm.
Do you know what I'm saying? Going to just beat it up.
Yeah, but then every time they have sex, it's uncomfortable. Yeah. So
and it could cause all sorts. So I think it's important for people to. I think that's another thing that should be taught as well about pH balances, because when little boys hear, "Oh, you smell like,"
that's wrong.
9 times out of 10, if a woman smells, something's happening. Like you shouldn't have an unusual odor.
Yeah,
that's something you need to get checked out. Itching, burning, unusual odor. Strange vaginal discharge. I mean, strange to you, because obviously every woman has discharge. So if it's different to you, like those are the things that need to be checked out. Things like sorry, I really like rambling.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
But things like Probiotics can prevent things
like
like bacterial
yogurt
vaginosis.
and stuff.
Yogurt is good.
Like eat the yogurt, yeah?
Yeah, eating yogurt. Antibiotics can cause
giving you
pH imbalance as well.
yogurt.
You know, if you're so, and just even douching, like we mentioned douching.
Douche.
Some women think that to clean, you've got to, spray everything up there. That's removing all the healthy bacteria, and that's just leaving you open to all kinds of infections. So don't do that.
Yeah, like I had heard that some of the BV can be caused from over cleaning.
Overcleaning,
douching, that's what it's called.
And that's, to me, that was one shocking thing to ever heard, is that over cleaning.
Yeah, but imagine how many young people probably don't even know that they're doing something wrong, because maybe their parents haven't told them, and then they're going out and they're smelling, but they don't even know. It's because they keep cleaning themselves too much.
They probably think they're nasty, when actually it's not about being nasty. It's just literally the pH balance has been flung left, right, and centre. So you've got, and even guys, you've got to be careful too.
That's good to say that as well, because you're right. There's probably people who never even know.
Wouldn't know. And if you're with a woman, guys, and she smells a little bit, just have that chat.
Yeah, but also as well, I think, have a grown conversation.
Yeah, don't shame her.
Some type of way about it.
You mustn't shame her. Like, don't be have a sensible conversation about it. It could be you. It could be your.
Could be you.
Not in a bad way, but it could be just the combination of you two. Do you know what I mean? Like your bacteria, it might take a while to kind of balance out. So it's nothing to shame anybody about. No.
Wow. What do you think?
I'm cool, I am.
Oh, one more thing.
Okay.
Kegels. Kegels. Guys,
you probably heard about this after pregnancy.
When you clinch. But it doesn't even matter whether you're pregnant or not. You should be
Kegling. Squeezing.
You know when you squeeze. You know when you say
Kegels?
Squeeze.
Quint. When she has quint.
Yeah, quinting.
Yeah, but you can quint too,
No. Man, a woman alone quint.
He's gonna quint and give himself a sneeze.
That strengthens your pelvic floor.
Yeah.
So even for men, when you get older now, that's good for your bladder and your prostate. So you can Kegel. For women, it's good for orgasms, because that can give you stronger orgasms.
For those who don't know what she mean by it, because I worked it out, I didn't know what I mean.
So you kind of...
Kegel mean, when you quint, when you...
like when you pour everything in.
Do it again one more time. How do you do that? Quint.
Quint it.
When you quint.
And it just strengthens everything. So
do you drive and just keep...
Quint all the time.
Yeah, all the time.
Nothing beats a good old Kegel.
Well, this episode is coming to an end.
Real quick.
What have you learned?
There's so much more, by the way. We just scratched the surface.
We have to get her back in Valentine's.
He's thinking, hell no.
As I said, I'm in a place where I don't feel like what you've said. I've learned some things that you said. You understand what I mean? Like there's certain things I've taken on board and listened to as well, because it's good to listen and understand these things. Because I said you're a woman, you understand? And when you hear these things, I think that's the problem with men. That's what I said earlier, is that men don't communicate with their woman, so they feel like they know everything. And because we are our references and our educators, our teachers are always been the elder men that we're listening to. We feel like that's the right way, when really there's a lot of women out there that could be in relationships and never been enjoying anything they've been getting for the whole of them life.
Sadly.
And it's good to communicate. So as I said, with my woman, we talk. I ask her, are you okay? Good. Are you good? What do you need? What do you like? What don't you like? How, I ask these questions because for me, I want to make sure my woman's happy.
And the best sex toy is your voice. So the communication and you speaking to her and asking her, that is the best thing. I feel like that beats any vibrator, anything. It's because she's going to know that you're actually genuinely down for her. You're in tune with her. You understand her. And I think for women and guys, but for women to know that their men are in tune with them, that's such a turn.
And intimacy doesn't start when you're having sex.
No, but that's what I'm saying, because I don't feel like, as I said, I don't feel like a lot of men ask questions because they feel like certain men feel it's too uncomfortable to ask that question, and they don't want. I feel like a lot of men. I'm gonna speak on my behalf as well. I feel like men in general sometimes we're scared of the truth.
Yeah.
And asking your woman something about something, you might be scared. You wouldn't like to hear her say, "If I'm being honest, I've never enjoyed it ever."
Yeah.
I can imagine 20 years of that and you're thinking, what?
It's a big deal. And I'm sure that there are plenty of unspoken conversations just not around it.
Of course. And I feel like that's so. I feel like if you're in a relationship and you love your woman and thing, man, just ask. Have a conversation before sex and just find out what she likes.
And even during.
Trust me.
Even during sex, there's nothing wrong with saying, do you like that? Don't do too much talking, because I think that's a bit of a turn. I'm not saying you, but I mean in general.
But if you're a man that cannot take truth,
then don't ask.
Don't ask.
Me rather my woman tell me straight, say, no.
I would prefer to know.
Because then that way, I don't do that again.
Yeah. For real,
there is a lot of...
It's the same for women, though, and guys. Like, we need to...
I mean, this is also us being wishful. Because
Yeah,
we
true.
know a lot of this, you know.
But I think
we
the
can
more
say
you
this
talk-
and people in the yard that they never going to ask or talk about
man,
it.
have that conversation.
I feel like the more you talk to your guy, and I think sometimes it's about how long you've been together as well. Like, and it depends how you start in a relationship. Because if you start on this kind of, all right, we're just going to do whatever, then there's not going to be that... It's going to... follow that way,
yeah, absolutely.
But if you're kind of open from the get-go, like, and you just, I feel like it sets the trend.
What have you learned, Remi?
I think I've
learned a lot today from you.
4 litres of squirting. I'm going to drop it off at your yard.
No, in a couple 2-litre bottles, innit?
No way.
To be honest, we have these conversations
All the
a
time.
lot. Yeah, so it's not new. I don't feel like I've had any uncomfortable
We're not proper
conversations.
friends. We're not down for this.
But also, she's been in this industry for a long time. This has been her passion since I met her, and
God.
she's now operating in it. So for me, even sometimes when we're talking on the phone, my partner will come in and he's like, "You're talking about what?"
Exactly.
Because she's telling me about all the erotica and the porn and stuff, and he's just like, "What the hell is going on?" But it's just her, like, you know, it's for me.
there is
it's
more
a
to
beautiful...
me. Can you...
I know, but it's like a beautiful journey to watch because
Yeah,
you're now
of course.
operating in your genius because these are areas that it just comes so natural to you and it never feels like garish or anything. So for me, I think I've learned more, but also I'm privy to this quite frequently.
So if you had like just one message to like either a couple or anyone out there, just something like them can take away from, like, take on board after listening to this, what would it be?
I would say communication.
Okay.
Communication is everything. Everything starts with communication, ends with communication. If you can't communicate...
You see me right. And I don't want. I'm not trying to say, oh, you're right, but you know, sometimes like me have conversations with other people. As I said, I feel like I have grown a lot in the last couple of years to where I am now, and I'm happy because I appreciate our things much more. You understand what I mean? And I look at life totally different, and I enjoy it. I enjoy life a lot more. Enjoy my relationship and all things like this. And like people always say, sex is very important in a relationship.
Without the communication, nothing.
But without the communication,
it means nothing.
It means, you understand what I mean?
You can get it anywhere.
So the communication, I feel, is the biggest part of the relationship because once you have that communication there, everything else comes along with it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And your relationship is just...
1,000.
Subscribe to this episode. White Yardie hole.
See that? White Yardie? No. I said nope. No. That's a why. Why? Why? I didn't even want to bring why to this, but why for that? But what may I say is, big up. Thank you very much for today.
Sherryl came through with
Tell
the
the
team.
people, and as well, promote yourself where them can listen to your erotica.
Oh my God, somebody looking for a job. Tell us.
Oh, no.
Well, tell us about your other bits that they can find you on.
Okay, yeah. You can just find me on the socials at Sheryl's World. SHERRYLS.
Sheryl's World.
World. And you'll see everything there.
Cool.
Sounds
Thank
so
you for
lovely.
joining us. Another episode down.
Thank you, guys. Go and masturbate.
That's